Good morning. What's the lead news story of the day? That's the question we ask every morning about this time. Every local TV station has to make that decision. Channel 13 led with free pot this morning. There's an Orangevale medical marijuana dispensary giving free samples later today. We didn't think that was the top story. We led with the latest in the Sandusky trial back at Penn State. And Darren, 3, 10, and 31 all led with morning fog. I drove in. It didn't feel like a top story to me.
Stations after my own heart, Paul. We should be leading with weather in every instance possible. I'm taking a look at the fog right now. There is a little down there. I've been talking to you about this all morning long, by the way. It's down from Stockton and Modesto, kind of in between those two locations. You step out the door anywhere else, you're not really going to hit a trouble spot thanks to a little bit of wind that we've got to the northwest side of the valley, which is keeping the north half of the viewing area, for the most part, okay with the fog. But we'll watch it real closely. More on this coming up later.
All right. Thank you very much, Darren.
And the salary of school district superintendents isn't a secret, but it is apparently an issue. A video popped up on YouTube that targets the superintendent of Elk Grove School District, Dr. Stephen Ladd. Chris Beal gives us Dr. Ladd's salary and some perspective.
This YouTube video spells it out. Elk Grove Superintendent of Schools making $243,000 a year. It says his salary is more than the governor and the vice president of the United States.
Very, very difficult times, you know, to go year after year of having budget cuts.
If you talk with the school district, they'll tell you keep things in perspective. The Sacramento Bee analysis shows there are 15 other superintendents in California making more than Dr. Ladd in Elk Grove. Elk Grove Unified is the 5th largest district in the state.
We actually look at various salaries in comparable districts, and that's how we come up with the number that we come up with in the first place. So certainly we think we're getting a deal.
It only
Okay, well, we did some fact-checking on this video. It was posted to YouTube by someone with the account name EGUSD Parents. The video claims that the superintendent makes more than Joe Biden, the vice president of the United States. It's true. His salary is just above $230,000. The video also says Dr. Ladd's salary beats out Jerry Brown's, the governor. In our research, we found that the governor's salary in 2010 was just under $174,000, which makes that claim also true. But we're going to take this story a step further. At 7:20, we'll talk live with the Sacramento School Superintendent Jonathan Raymond, who's currently making $245,000. We'll see how he explains why the position is worth so much money, especially when schools are being told that they're going to get budget cuts.
Lisa, we had a mini storm yesterday. Didn't really bring us much rain, but it's been a really dry December so far overall. So we got to thinking about this, and Lonnie Wong is now going to tell us what the lack of rain and snow means for all of us.
Water Resources Chief Hydrologist Maurice Ruse says November and December account for half the water that is captured and stored in reservoirs each year.
So if we lose the month of December, that's going to be a pretty big handicap.
The good news, we're still living off last year's record snowfall. While the water levels here at Folsom Reservoir may seem a tad low, they're actually about average for this time of the year, and other reservoirs in the state and federal system have plenty of water in them. Take a look at the storage numbers for Northern California's major reservoirs. Shasta, 119% of average, Oroville, 121%, Folsom, 95%, and New Melones, 148% of average. But that water is being released every day to keep the Delta healthy.
It's not enough for a full water supply.
And we can pretty much thank La Nina for this. It's been really, actually, La Nina, this is a typical setup for us. We're supposed to be a little bit cooler than normal, which we've been, and we're supposed to ride that line of being a little bit drier than normal, which we've been. We've still got January and February coming our way, though. Those could turn into interesting months for us. Let's get into the forecast. I'll get you outside here. We're up in Bald Mountain right now. This was such a fantastic shot yesterday when